Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome to a bit of space time. Yes. Something to help easing back into things, we have got Scars Above, a third-person exploration type game, which has had mixed reviews in general. It presents itself quite well. It's said that the story is a bit predictable or stuff like that, but I find that's often the case with sci-fi games. How it handles a story is going to really decide it, but I've been curious enough about this game that I picked it up a while back, well, quite a while back. Then I was planning to do something with it and I never got around to it. Yes, it's one of those games that iMark3 didn't get around to playing. But here we are now. I was thinking of starting to play this around Christmas time, actually, and then it didn't come up. And it's one of the things I was taking down to try and record before, you know, the whole hospital thing. So, here we are now. It's relatively short, as I understand it, like 8 to 10 hours or something like that. So maybe 8 parts, maybe 10, somewhere along those lines, but you know how I can stretch out runtime and all that, right? But, let's go in and see Scars Above. How's the game? What's it like? And I hope you join me for the journey through this. Side note here, I'm not going for a completion run, because, well, me finding things. Bit hit or miss there. So I'm not going 100% it. I've also heard that some of the bosses become a bit bullet spongy if I play on max difficulty. Which is a shame, because, well, normally games I play on the higher difficulties, but bullet spongy doesn't quite interest me as much. But I guess we'll see how that happens on Commander mode. So let us go in. Scars Above. Will you bullet sponge me, or will you be interesting? Or will you be bullet spongy and interesting? They are not mutually exclusive.
Personal log. Mission Specialist Kate Ward. Sentient Contact Assessment and Response Team. We always wondered if we're alone in the universe. We observed and explored, but found nothing. Until now.
Egyptians.
Scar Mission Control to Hermes. Status check.
All systems nominal. We're working on a solution for our scan power requirement. We'll update soon.
Roger that, Hermes. Keep us posted.
Kate, we have an issue.
Problem with the scan?
We've underestimated the power requirements necessary to penetrate the Metahedron's hull. Mike has an idea, but he could use a hand. He's in the lab and I'll give you the details.
On my way.
Okay, so we are an engineering type person. That's my first time actually probably watching that cutscene, because when I realised I was going to be recording this and I was doing a quick test to check performance before Christmas time, I did this. As I said, it's like I was on my mind around then. I was deliberately skipping the cutscenes just so that I wouldn't have seen them before. So, we have underestimated power requirements for a scan. I was going to say that, honestly, they would have predicted something like this before. I mean, we can see that we are fairly high-tech. But, hey, we're also here to adapt to something unknown. As for exploring and things and not finding aliens, you know, the whole Fermi paradox, given the odds of alien life arising, you know, where are they all? We're not alone, are we? But as you can also see from that cutscene though, this game does present itself quite well. So, let's see, let's start with a little exploration, a little bit. Mike's vintage sci-fi comic says he fell in love with the old sci-fi themes at a very young age, and is proud of his big collection of rare issues. Can't say I blame him, I'm kind of similar. If you ask me, surely missing some role models for little girls that want to become astronauts. Yeah, that's a fair point. Older, like Gold and Silver Age stuff, they aren't as aware as modern things. I think that's a safe word to use. I don't know. Nothing else here to really look at though, so back out. But this is like a bit of a close-in investigation kind of mode, where there's something interesting here, we can have a look at it and see what's going on.
Tam was lucky that Robinson interrupted us. I was on the verge of victory.
Jarmo, an abstract strategy board game from the Eurasian steppes. Legend says that one of the grandsons of Genghis Khan played a game of Jarmo before each battle to prepare himself. This particular set was a present from Tam's grandmother. I can't say if I've ever heard of or played it, so I don't know. Let's move on. We'll note we've got clutter, we've got bunks accommodation, though we do have some reasonable space for people. Welcome to Iron Mark III's Spaceship Reviews, everybody. This is an entirely new series where I review sci-fi spaceships for my own curiosity and pleasure. Yes, no, maybe, who knows.
It has been 6 months since the alien object known as the Metahedron suddenly appeared above Earth's atmosphere. The Hermes mission is currently making preparations to engage with it and attempt contact. Earlier this morning, we managed to snatch an exclusive interview with Richard Robinson, commander of the newly formed SCAR team. Don't miss it. Tonight at 7 on Newsline.
Right. People sometimes wonder what, windows like this might seem a bit pointless. If we can close it for privacy, which we probably can because it's a sleeping area, but this also does allow for a bit more of a view and a bit more space around the person. So windows like this aren't actually pointless. They can be potentially helpful, making a ship feel bigger than it actually is, or a space station, or any other enclosed place. But the clutter we could probably do without, look at this, there's stuff on a pushing dolly there. This is worth noting, by the way. Central axis spine, very nice. We have artificial gravity, quite obviously. And that is quite an easy hand-wavy thing to have in many games. Now, we need to speak to... Yes, hello?
Hey, Kate. I think I figured out a way to give us the power we need for the scan. I've attached the scanners directly to the engines.
Wow, directly? Brave.
I think it'll work, but we need to find a way to kickstart the process with around 500,000 volts.
Do we still have those SLD-26 welders in the equipment room?
Yeah, I think we have one or two, but why do you... Oh! You want to modify it to discharge high voltage electricity. And you call me brave.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're on to open comms with multiple people. Some kind of washing system. I just noticed this thing. This is like a sterile enclosure with a couple of luminous bits and gloves. It's a very small sterile enclosure with no obvious way to get into it, so I'm not entirely sure what the point of this is. Minus 50 points for generic unusable equipment. Yes. What's this? The biobed. Advanced nanodot spectroscopy chamber, capable of scanning and analysing organic matter at a cellular level. We call it the biobed. Okay. Scanner. There's no way to get into that. That's... yeah. I don't know. And then there's also stuff like this just left loose. That's actually a hazard if artificial gravity goes out for whatever reason, because artificial gravity depends on the system, but usually it's a bit power intensive. And I can access this to look at a reader and a mug. My favourite cup. Can't get in this cup. She keeps borrowing it, so I mostly see it at her workstation. Reach for the moon. Actually, that's a pretty decent looking cup. It's got something else, but I can't see because it's a bit dark. But something mug. Okay, what's this one? Kanji lessons. Mike's been teaching me both kanji and katakana. One can never know enough languages. True, I mean we are on a first contact mission and all that jazz. Anyway, let's go and find this arc thing which we hope to supercharge to 500,000 volts. That sounds very safe. Let's see, I need to... oh yeah, there we go. Click. Then it opens. The SLD-26 welder. Standard space mission equipment. These welders are made specifically for repairing outer layers of modular space stations. Using latest laser technology, they utilize a high energy beam to fuse materials together. They are efficient and easy to use. A high energy beam, and I noticed that there's no aperture for it. Though if you compare it to the Actually, no. That's a notation on the front there, not a barrel or muzzle or something. So where does the beam come out of this thing? Eh.
Now I need to craft a rail module at the mobile printing unit.
Curious. I am noticing ongoing flaws. My opinion of the spacecraft is slowly going downwards. Okay. This, though, is quite cool. Like, 3D printing, if we get it all sorted out, will probably result in something like this. This one is actually modelled fairly well. So I want to create this. And it's using a transmitter from the emission point to a bed in a particular pattern. So it's got a solid plates for it to rest on. There's no source material, and it's not extruding directly onto it. Instead, it's using, like, as you saw, a long range thing. But again, this is very generalized kind of 3D printer.
It should be strong enough to direct and focus the electrical current.
Also, I am playing as a ventriloquist, it seems, because my mouth did not move. I should probably stop picking faults, shouldn't I? I'm not here for perfection. I knew this wasn't going to be perfect going in. So, see, we need to do the thing, we need to put down the welder. Okay, and the module used for electromagnetic force to launch high-velocity projectiles. So it's a railgun piece.
And now to fit all this together.
Required parts to assemble. That goes there, that goes there.
Only missing a power source. I have to adjust the frequency of the Tesla coil first.
Oh, I was looking at it wrong. It's that way. I still don't think I saw an aperture on it though. Oh, well, whatever. Right. I need to have a power source, which is that doodad over there. Okay.
I see Mr. Jefferson is in the lab today.
Yeah, I never leave my home planet without him.
Oh, so yeah, Mr. Jefferson needs to move. I am doing important work. I need to synchronize the power source. Drop it down. There we go. That's the right frequency of what I want to do. Grab it into there.
There. Now just to calibrate the output voltage.
I don't know. This click, click, clunk kind of like... I always like the fiddly little bits in this, and like this if it's presented well, but this is just like a simple click and action thing. Not quite sure what to feel about that. Just need to... No, minigame. Okay, Bob. No. My timing's perfect. I don't know what you're on about.
That looks like a space blaster.
Just a tool. Nothing else. It's a vectorized energy rail accelerator, discharging electrical...
Vera! Let's call it Vera for short.
You sure like to name things. Vera it is.
Well, it makes things a lot easier, even if it's just a shorthand version of something. Was it an anagram? Yeah. What time for language skills to fail me? Go to the engine room and boost the reactor's energy. Ah, this is a very spacious engine room. And this is, quite obviously from a gameplay point of view, a loading zone. However, in terms of spacecraft design or just vehicle design, that is actually a massive problem. What happens if there's some damage to the lift or the power goes out? How are you meant to get back and forth? And then, yeah, this is what made me first think I'd do like a mini spaceship review as we went in. This is not accessible or user-friendly. How do we get at things? What happens if there's a problem? And this is
Mike,
very safe.
I'm in front of the reactor. What's the best way to power it with extra energy?
See the 3 positronic nodes surrounding the core? A jolt to each one would be sufficient.
Yeah, no safety. I can't walk off here though. And, we've connected the power, the
Chase,
scanner.
aim for the positronic nodes.
We've connected the scanner to the reactor. And we are going to shoot the reactor with a lightning gun. And that is entirely safe and rational behaviour.
Yes, keep it up.
The engine core is crackling. That's not concerning at all.
Almost there. We need a little more energy for the reaction. Huh. Let's try a direct shot to the core. Straight to the heart.
Oh yeah, that sounds
Doesn't
safe.
sound dangerous at all.
And for once, one of our game characters is actually quite aware of the situation. That is not a safe piece of advice.
It's working. I'm feeding the excess power directly to the scanner.
I haven't seen you shoot like this since the college rifle championship.
Yeah, I also remember you taking first place from me.
And don't you forget it.
Good job. Dr. Ward, Dr. Yoshida, get to the bridge, please. Time to see what's inside our alien guest.
Now that one is working normally. This one, actually that's an interesting point. The things we were just shooting is those. On that one they were already pulled out further to act as a containment chamber for the energy we just fired into it. That's why that was crackling and that was not. Okay, so that was actually intended as a containment for overcharging, or probably if the reactor is running too hot or expending at a high output, I guess. But if it's designed to operate at a high output like that, then why did it need me to supercharge it with a laser-based welder? I don't know. I should stop trying to guess these things, shouldn't I? Ah, well.
I should return Vera to the equipment room. She served her purpose.
Also noticed, by the way. Yeah, vectorized energy rail accelerator. Discharges concentrated electrical energy. Notice that the foam casing for the welder was already an appropriate shape for this modified version to go into it. Also, now that I know where I'm looking on the diagram, yeah, I can see the actual emitter tip there. Though I have another slight criticism, which is the fact that the handle actually goes out a bit further than the emitter tip does. Or rather the handle guard, because I think those are finger holes there. So yeah, that might impair function just a little bit, or it's got a longer range beam, which actually is makes it less accurate and less safe. So, mind you, this is coming from a Dead Space 3 player, or any Dead Space player in general, plasma cutter, you know, that's safe. Ah well, let's just go up this ramp here and do the thing.
Telemetry check.
Telemetry check. We're go.
How are we doing with that sensor array, Mike?
We're ready, Commander.
You have the honors, Dr. Ward. Take your place when ready, and start the scan.
Can you blame me for thinking of Egypt? We've got an inverted Egyptian pyramid out there that's glowing blue. I mean, Stargate told us the truth about that. It's all about alien docking points. So, you know. Anyway. Wait, I can actually talk to these guys?
Commander?
Doctor?
Nope, I can just greet them.
Can you tell me that story again? The one with the astronaut in the box?
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
It's the astronaut's birthday, and her colleagues leave her a present packed in the most beautiful box ever. She takes the box, but something's not right. She opens it. It's empty. There's just a note inside saying, "It seems empty, but it's full of stars."
Well, let's hope the Metahedron won't show up empty on scans.
Or full of stars.
You know, That's a bit of a philosophical story, I think, isn't it? Because, well, it depends on how you quantify stars in that. It's also about expectation, I think, as well. Because we don't know what's in that pyramid, we just know that there's some depth to its outer shell, and it glows. It's a very pretty teal colour.
You thought I was gonna miss that oscillatory unit, didn't you?
No. You always hit the mark when it counts.
Okay, so I am apparently a sharpshooter, but she's a better sharpshooter. Though, that said, I feel like the test there was easy. Okay, let's go ahead and do the thing. Science for one and all.
Excess energy seems to have done the trick. The array is locked on the Metahedron and operating at almost 200% of its standard efficiency. Say the word, Commander.
Just a moment, Dr. Ward. Team, can I have your attention, please? Since the dawn of humankind, our species has gazed toward the skies and wondered whether we were truly alone. Well, 6 months ago, we got our answer, and with it came new questions. What is this object in front of us? Where did it come from? Who sent it? And why? While the governments, leaders, thinkers, and common people discussed the meaning of this event, we were training. We were preparing. The SCAR team. Now, the whole world is relying on us. We're dreamers and skeptics. We're explorers and pioneers. With hearts and minds. With courage and resolution. With trust and fellowship. With science. We're going to give the world their answers. And in this historic moment, at the conjunction of hopes and fears, there's no people I'd rather face the unknown with. Dr. Ward, you have the honors. Let's do this.
Yes, Commander.
I'm motivated.
Scared?
Of course I am.
I thought you Army pilots were trained not to be.
We're trained to control it. The fear keeps us sharp. How are you holding up, Doctor?
Oh, I'm 100% sharp, all right.
So, do you think it's a weapon?
Well, a weapon is a very human concept. Perhaps what we perceive as a weapon is just a tool. Wait. The scan. The Metahedron's energy levels are rising rapidly. Okay, what happened?
Power supply failing.
Sensors offline.
I'm switching to backup generators. I'll try to reroute.
Look. The Metahedron, it's creating some sort of a gravity well.
The Hermes is being pulled towards it.
Hang on, everyone. Dr. Ward! Kate!
Power's failing, but the gravity plating was rock solid. That's some good gravity technology they've got. Also, yeah, it goes the other way as well. Their scan could have been perceived as a weapon. A weapon could be a tool could be a weapon. It's a question of perspective, really.
Commander Robinson? Tam? Mike? Anyone? Where are you? What is this place?
Okay, just double checking, make sure I am recording. I am, yep, okay. I get a bit nervous sometimes. But we have woken up, we are in rock. We are by a pool of stagnant water. I can see plants life around the edges and stuff like that. Okay. But something obviously happened we were not expecting.
What's happening?
Donna.
Who was that? Where am I?
More to the point, how do I know what those words were? Physical drain stamina. There's a stamina system in this as we climb this little hill. Oops.
Science.
Wait!
Well, there's nowhere else for me to go. Space to climb. This looks like an impact crater. Yeah, the circular formation, it does kind of look like an impact crater, but the only thing that was down there was me. If this place had regular rainfall, though, a crater formed like this with no feeds, it would have eventually filled with water. Unless it's like very sparse rain or, well, wouldn't be water, could be something else. There was liquid down there, but we don't know what it was. Look at me, I'm once again trying to analyse and think about it, and oh, there's one of the pyramids, I guess, just up there.
How is this possible? What planet is this? Did the Metahedron bring us here?
There's also some anti-gravity shenanigans going on. I mean, look at the rock formations over there. Well, I say rock. Wait. That looks like a bit like it might be another, what do you call it? Metahedron? Actually, that one might be as well. But that's, you can see there's a kind of pyramidal corner on it. And if that's one similar to one that we just came through, but that one's got an obvious effect tethering it to the ground. The one we had around Earth did not. Also, scratch rainfall, those trees are looking decidedly on the worse for wear side of it. You can tell I'm actually trying to look around and figure things out. This place is a wreck. Oh, there's a bit more liquid there. Random impact crater.
Cyan.
There's grass here now. The trees are still looking bad, but okay, this plant is blowing in the wind. These plants here are not. Are these inherently less braced and more flexible?
Some sort of alien structure.
Obviously machined, and then something happened to it. Because I can't see any potential function. Also, yes, it is levitating. So it's deliberately placed here for whatever reason. Oh, and I broke it by looking at it. Whoops. Oh,
What is going on?
destroyed us. Okay. Yep. Hello.
Calm down.
So there's some kind of interface going on. Hi? Destroyed us, he ruined us. Is that a him up there? Okay, so something really bad happens. I think we can know that much.
Where am I? What was that creature?
Fear keeps you sharp. I'm not afraid though, that's one of my foibles. I am very curious.
Scar emergency signal detected.
A Scar emergency signal. It must be someone from the team. I have to get to them.
Okay, so let's unpack that. We've got some tropes kicking in already. We were selected by some kind of reaction or something. We have received mental downloads of information, relics that are activating to us in our proximity, though that might not be us. It might just be how, might just be finding someone compatible, but it's so old or damaged that it just breaks. But you know, that's another trope there. Ancient civilization or old civilization, advanced civilization that was destroyed by something, and we just got treated to a lamentation saying he ruined us, he destroyed us. So someone either of the same race or someone known to them broke something that was working before they got involved. And as they were saying that, we had that massive towering figure in the distance looming over us like a marker from Dead Space. So, yes, if I start seeing hieroglyphs and saying make us whole, probably time to call the authorities and tell them to quarantine my house immediately. So, yes. Also, we've appeared over here with no actual visible way that we got here, except a hole. Interact. Refill health and a limited amount of ammo will also respawn enemies. Removed barriers will not reappear. So this is a pillar. Now we've got quantum formation going on or something. Or rather some kind of restructuring thing. So barriers will stay gone, but that will give me health and some ammo. If I need it. Okay.
The debris, it's from the Hermes. It must have splintered off when the ship entered the atmosphere.
It's looking a bit battered though. I mean, like, yeah, you got some obvious things that are being thrown around and stuff like that, but the surface doesn't look clean anymore. That's the thing. Also, why is it here next to us, implying that this is open, so it implies that someone was here as well. Oh no, I don't think anyone was here, but yeah. It doesn't look fresh, does it?
A Scar field backpack. Empty, but still useful.
Also dusty. Also it's got some odd little stains on it. Like it's been sitting there for some time. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So whatever happened to us, it wasn't quick. Or... yeah. It wasn't quick.
I'm not getting through these vines without something to cut them.
Oh, there's still E on this. What do I... oh. Electric cutter. Tool used for cutting hardest materials as efficiently as possible. Electric cutter was invented a few years ago and has become an essential part of every space mission since. So a general utility cutting blade. I want to take it.
This electric cutter can cut through even the toughest materials. I'd better take it with me.
So that's that. Then I need to... okay. I have already blanked on what the heck I was meant to be doing there. Oh, there we go. Left click. Right. Press to chain attacks. To be honest, that's a bit big for a utility tool. It says it's general purpose, but if just a cutting implement was needed, it would easily have something like half that size and still be incredibly useful. Unless it's the actual electric part of it that makes it... yeah, take that, vines. The electric part of it is why it's longer than that. It's more like a kitchen knife in size. Oh, hello. Hold E near a body of a downed opponent to scan it for resource animation. Resource animation, resources and information. Also, four-legged, scuttling, insect-like creatures. If you don't like things that scuttle around, then since that was introduced straight away, I'm imagining that's a common enemy.
Log entry. A joint-legged invertebrate life form, similar to arachnida. Fast movement, small frame. Seems to move in groups.
Seems to move in groups? You say that having seen only one of them. Okay. Well, so fiber, carbon-based fiber filaments we can use for 3D printing. Used for structural components for crafting. Okay. But yeah, arachnid jumper. Though small, usually well play with poison attacks and large swarms. Oh, we can also replay any logs and things as well. So if we get interrupted, I can go back in and find things. But this is the bestiarian information that's starting to build up. We are exploring a bit in here as we go through this as well. So that's kind of, as I said, like one of the things that drew me to it. Oh, hello.
They're dead.
They are. I've also noted that cleaving is a thing. We can, well, I call it cleave, D&D reference. I can smack multiple things at once with my wild flailing swings of totally skillful and decidedly controlled self-defense. What do you mean I look like I was panicking? I'm fine, I tell you.
Log entry. This plant doesn't have any chloroplasts, which means it can't conduct photosynthesis. Strange.
And yet it's crackling with energy, kind of like that power core, actually. Calming scent from its bizarre buds, numbing the sensory motor functions. Oh, so it's not good to be around this thing, it seems. Okay. It's time to go that way, but there was something up here. Oh, okay, I've got a dodge. Okay.
Must be a gate of some sorts. But there's no obvious locking mechanism.
I'm seeing similarities to a certain reactor core that we very safely supercharged. Oh, let's scan it though.
Log entry. The gate has an internal conduction system. The 3 points on the rim seem sensitive. A targeted blast of electricity could cause a reaction.
So yeah, this is another trope. A weapon-based button door. I don't know what the technical term is. Leave me alone. Let's go wading through this. Nope, can't access anything here. But there's something up ahead.
Increase the current. Just a bit. We don't want to fry the coil. There. Awesome. We did it, Kate.
I remember this. Mike and I were finishing our electrical experiment just after lunch.
That's interesting as well. We are a ship that was launched to go and interact with the Metahedron. But we were obviously a ship that was just generally active. I mean, it said the laser cutter was common. It's implied that there's a larger Earth space force or orbital assets are a common thing. So our ship was actually pretty standard. I mean, gravity plating, if we had 1G acceleration for spaceships, travel times around our solar system wouldn't actually be too bad, all things considered. Our main problem with current space engines is, well, we can get that level of thrust easily enough, but the problem is the amount of fuel we need, and the necessary fuel just makes things far too heavy, far too big. I mean, you've got to remember, rockets that launch from Earth, they traditionally jettison parts because it's like they're making themselves lighter, so they can get more power out of the remaining thrust and switch their engines out for ones that are better optimized for different things. Same kind of thing. A spaceship on current propulsion technology would be, well, would be very, very heavy, so it couldn't accelerate that hard. To accelerate harder, it would need to burn more propellant, and therefore, you know, the cycle continues. That said, though, there was something about a startup in the news recently, a British place, managing to actually potentially have what might be a fusion-based engine working at least on an experimental level. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let's go. This is a familiar crate. We last saw it, it was pristine and red. This one time it is not. I mean, sure, it's been dropped. It's on the edge of a swampy marsh bit. But from the lichen that's growing on it, that doesn't look like a recent arrival, does it? Again, I think time has passed. I don't know.
Vera, it's still intact.
Yep. And yeah, take back anything I said about those boxes earlier on. Someone has been here using them, because if someone was here, they would have actually taken this. I mean, look at it. The case has kept it fully intact and good to go. Hello, old friend. Discharges concentrated electrical attacks. Which is what I need to open the gate. Let's go and jumpstart it. Oh, hello.
What? What the hell was that?
I saw something saying wet combo. Mind you, I think I also might have got a jolt of that as well, so okay. Electric weapon, targets in water.
Log entry. Salivary glands concentrated in the head enable the creature to discharge a venomous secretion. Muscular tissue is highly susceptible to fire.
Implying we get a pyro weapon at some point. Okay, good to know. I'm thinking I could go and cycle this a couple more times and just get some practice and get some more materials, because remember, we've got some fibre off the other ones. That guy probably dropped something. We are kind of around the edges of where I stopped my playtest around Christmas time, so it's like I'm not quite sure what's going on further than this, but let's go ahead and try this. So, refill health and a bit of ammo, also respawn enemies. Go. Okay, so... Oh, apparently I'm at max capacity for galvanic. Oh wait, no, it's galvanic energy. Ah, galvanic is actually the energy for the Archimedes. This is an ecological electric gun. Because I'm refilling it on plants and things, and yes, I tried to right-click to swing my blade there. Almost got hit in the vase for it. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. Now, there should be a thingy in the water around here. Oh, hi. I think... It spat at me, but I think I actually shot its projectile out of the air. Quite accidentally, I assure you. No, it didn't drop anything, though. Is there another one? No. Okay. Didn't get any fibre that time, though. I'll go ahead and push onwards. That's one thing I will be doing. I might, in this run, I might go back and farm resources a bit off camera and stuff, but in general, when we're moving forward, I'll be recording as I explore. Because I think that's the more interesting part.
Wow.
Energizes, activates, and then crumbles to nothing. Also, it all flew away in that direction. But the wind is going that direction. Okay, sure. But again, though, activating the thing and it suddenly disappears to the first person that used it. I was firing a bit quickly there. There we go. My ammo supply doesn't last too well though, does it? Especially if I start randomly firing. Oh, toxicity. Deals a small amount of damage over time. When it reaches 100%, damage becomes more severe. Effectively removed by using a resistance booster. So yeah, those green clouds, I shouldn't do that.
Entrails.
Actually, yeah, now look at it. Yeah, look at that. This is red. Also, I think we're dealing with a biohazard situation here. I might literally be walking in, you know, blood. Lovely thought, isn't it? But we've got Tyrannid, we've got Dead Space, we've got some kind of active biohazard corrupting the environment around it, looks like. Let's pick this up.
Log entry. I found a strange alien cube. It's emitting neural waves. This means it has the potential to send information directly to the brain.
Which means I found a collectible, I think. Knowledge cubes. Yeah. Well, that's the gates. Access point, internal engine system. Physical properties don't seem to have anything in common with metals and rocks in the immediate surroundings. But the fact it evaporated like sand in the wind showed that. It radiates in all waves, which implies it can widely transfer information directly into the cerebrum. If it was calibrated properly, it could. And if it can, this implies that these are either self-calibrating or something. It's operating off a central index, and it knows how to transmit to a human mind. Because remember, individual species, individual brains, different neuron structures, all that stuff. Theoretically possible, though we don't know what's going on. And again, this is like another slightly tropey thing that's somewhat common. So yeah, it's I can see the elements that are kind of going on. Basic information about us. Sentient content assessment response team. Organization created to fight the looming threat from space. Fight the looming threat. 3 scientists and 1 ex-army guy. Only most renowned scientists and battle-hardened veterans were included in its ranks. The debate about the Metahedron raged for a few months before the board of directors settled on the final members of the SCAR team. They were sent to scan this strange alien object. So, yeah. Trying to get close-range things. Picked up a SCAR signal. Someone team must be close by. I just need to follow a signal. Find them. Last thing I remember from the Hermes was starting the scan of the Metahedron. There's a blast. The next thing I knew, I woke up alone on this strange planet. I met a strange apparition. It seems to be guiding me. Somehow I feel I should follow it and uncover what it has shown me. Sorry, what it has to show me. And this is what I'm guessing is him. Either that or it's the physical remnants of the humanoid aliens we saw. Apparition led me to a console. Console? That was an obelisk. Console in the middle of an empty field. It warned me about a dangerous entity. I touched the console and a terrible storm started. The sound was deafening as the storm raged on. I saw a huge, terrifying figure approaching me through the mist. I blacked out and woke up what looks like a swamp. I don't think I'm in... This doesn't feel like I'm in a swamp right now. It feels a bit more dangerous than that. Yeah, well, let's move on. You're new. I've realised I cannot... press Q to heal. I've realised I cannot actually jump in this. Can I jump out of it? I can indeed. So yeah, I tried to dodge and I couldn't. So yeah, being in the water is not a good idea. I think this is the one that
Log entry.
Did that.
Large joint-legged organism. The chemicals in its abdomen can create an explosion when heated to a certain temperature.
So vulnerable to fire and explosive. When they attack, the chemicals in the abdomen start mixing, causing an explosion. This harms the enemies, but also kills them in the process. So yeah, we've got banelings now, basically. 4-legged little banelings. That toxicity effect wasn't exactly good, though, I don't think. Also note, it took out all of the little guys that are with it at the same time, so definitely treat with caution, I think. Just trying to figure out where I'm going. I'm looking around for hidden things, like we can see some very obviously put there. What's that? Some kind of floating apparition that when hit with an electric attack just disappears. The fact that's an active flare though. Actually they were active... No, they weren't flares, they were lights near the chests I found. Oops. It's that camera jerk. More knowledge. I get knowledge.
Another one of these pillars.
It's a checkpoint as well. Oh, hi. Approach pillars use a respawn in case you die. Interacting pillars replenishes health, ammo, power, and stamina. Respawns enemies. No effect on the amount of resources you carry. Okay, so there's a proper log entry for it.
These cables, they're from the Hermes.
Right there. Okay, so... Actually, now that I'm getting a proper look at it, this is identical to the pillar I saw on that field. Isn't it? And I could use the health, let's be honest. Also, it just said I gained a medical stimulant. Okay, so it replenishes healing items as well. But cables from the Hermes, this is a scanner of some kind. Again, the theory that I'm missing time seems quite accurate.
Some kind of flesh-like webbing. I have to break through it. Log entry. Strong organic tissue, but the blisters appear to be filled with diethyl ether. Most likely flammable.
Okay, so incendiary again. You can see what I mean about though. It's like we do have a bit of a biohazard situation going on. Also the fact there's a little bit of a path going up. Ah, here we go. I have gained an ability point. Because I checked around the corner. Okay, right, here we go. Leveling system. Spend ability points in xenobiology and engineering branches. As Kate progresses on her journey, she'll unlock new personal abilities. Alright. I have 1 point to spend. I have... Looks like I've got a limited number of active slots, so that's my loadout, I guess, and I can swap in and out, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's I've always got those ones. Increased capacity of batteries for personal gadgets. Injection of 50% faster reloading if timed correctly. Okay, active reload. Running on fumes. A weapon was out of ammo. 25% of the clip will be replenished after 5 seconds. Manages her backpack. Increased stamina by 20%. Okay. Or if I go into xenobiology, strength of the body, increase health by 20%. Cells suck up more protein, increases the healing of a healing charge from 50% to 80%. Ooh, that's potentially quite useful. Gains extraction effectiveness. Plants and monsters have a 25% chance to extract extra resources. That'll be quite helpful. And biomass. Consumables cost 20% less. I think the one right now... Extra resources would be nice, but I think the immediate one is going to be for running on fumes. When a weapon runs out of ammo, 25% clip getting back after 5 seconds. So I'll never be completely out of ammo, but I will be able to keep going. That honestly seems more useful than any of the others, but that might be my inexperience here. Like, extra healing charge effectiveness is quite useful, but the number of healing charges is still limited. Being able to stay away and actually use my equipment constantly, even if it slows down a bit, is better than having to just close to knife fight range. At least that's my opinion. Anyway, so that's a no-go, but the Hermes cables go this way. And yeah, I came through that gates. No one had disturbed over there, it seemed like, but over here, obviously, there has been some kind of activity. Hermes cables. Fibers out of a little thingy. And this seems very safe. Yeah, she's trying not to touch that stuff. Can't say I blame her.
Log entry. This is a biovessel for an indigenous creature. The shell seems highly combustible. It contains an organism that is almost fully formed. I better not touch it.
Almost fully formed organism, okay. Let's see. Scorpoid cocoon. It wasn't that the... Oh, great, they've got those snake guys in them. Okay, so Scorpoid cocoon. Outer layer protects the developing organ inside. Judge the amount of protein present in the placenta. Development pace of the creature inside is far quicker than anything found on Earth. Okay, so it's fast growing. Again, Zerg Tyranid kind of references are tingling in my brain there. Though the roping around here kind of is... I think that's more of a Tyranid thing than a Zerg thing. Though that said, Zerg, we haven't really had a first-person thing to have a look at them like this. Tyranid do this. Xenomorphs kind of do this as well. Who knows? Thing here. Popium. Great. Complex plant consists of intricate chains of short polypeptides, which suggest enhancing effects to cognitive abilities and focus. Also, flammable. High pharmacological compound can be used as a thermic projectile. Well, you heard the game there, folks. Enhances cognitive functions. We just have to watch the world burn. That is an objective I can get behind. Yes, burn it all.
This equipment, it's from the Hermes, but we were there just an hour ago.
Ah, she's noticing. Yeah. I've been saying that this whole time. Also, this has been for a bit. It's been gathered. There's equipment here as well, it seems like.
The whole place is covered with some kind of organic residue.
Yeah, this place has been here for a bit, actually. Well, let's see, what we need is... Ah, there we go. Press I to access the log. Contains information about your mission and the world around you. I've been doing that this whole time as I've been checking things. Check the log, though. Robinson's shelter. Okay, so... okay. So this is a common thing that happens. Something that's a more progression-focused team normally does, though this is definitely on the rarer side by far, is rather than saying this is Robinson's shelter, it would say unknown shelter or just generic shelter, and then if I find something that says it's Robinson's, then it would update to say, hey, this is actually Robinson's place. So it'd be like progressively updating the log, but this is like a single written bit. So Robinson's shelter. Robinson made some kind of shelter in the equipment, from the equipment to the Hermes. How long was he there? This whole place is covered in strange growth. I have a bad feeling about this. In his log recordings, Robinson didn't sound like himself. He was scared and enraged. What happened to him? A better time for this log to journal entry to pop would have been if after I check everything here and then I'm starting to leave and then it would update properly, or when I get the last thing here, then it would update. So this could have been better timed. So yeah. Oh well. Right. So we know Robinson's here, we know there's logs, and we know he didn't seem like himself. So let's see what's going on. A lot of notes about the pillar outside. Okay. So why he did this in here, through those caves, versus out there, who knows. Like he was hiding from something.
Commander Richard Robinson, log entry. Ever since I left the Hermes, it's been getting worse. The growth.
Oh no.
I have to get it off. I've salvaged some electrical components. I might be able to craft an incendiary device with the MPU. Burn the growth. The body must be cleansed.
Ever since he left the Hermes, but we were just there. He sounds different, enraged.
Actually, he sounds desperate and in pain. Not enraged. Sounds like he's despairing. Considering we're walking through a living biohazard, it sounds like the biohazard actually started growing on him, which implies that we might have a similar issue. But he was despairing, and his only solution was really to burn it off himself. And yes, there's something on the back here. which I do not know what that is. A weapon crafting piece, a thermic module, okay. Though that said, he did leave behind a printer, which now seems to be fully active again, so...
Maybe... Yes, I can print a custom emitter with the MPU, connect it with the thermic module, and attach it all to the welder's frame.
Okay, so the module is what we found on that bit over there. And this is converting the output into a thermic weapon. Sure. Okay, continue. Very good. And I didn't get to assemble that. I am disappointed. Different weapons trigger certain effects on enemies, such as burn, poison, slow, etc. Or help you get through otherwise impassable obstacles. Pay attention to the effects icon bar at the top of the target. Icon changes when the bar is full and the effect is triggered. Okay, so we've got progressive build-up like in Dark Souls.
This might burn straight through that flesh-like webbing. And I'm taking the MPU.
New personal ability. Mobile printing unit. Oh, I've taken the printer with me. Also, quick switch weapons 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Thermic charger, electric cutter. 24, 24. Very good. Fiber 28 out of 80. I probably need to harvest some more of that. I don't know how to print, though there is a reset button down there. Oh yeah, that's looking dangerous. Sparking. Okay, sure. And that is...
Commander Robinson loves this book.
Don Quixote. Yes, Don Quixote. Let's charge at some windmills, shall we? Robinson's favourite book. Not sure if he sympathises with Don Quixote or sees himself in him. He jokingly says he reads it every time he feels like fighting windmills. Looks like he's been reading it extensively lately. Well, from this, how he sounded in pain and desperate, he was probably trying to use this to steady himself or distract himself. Also, it looks in remarkably good condition considering how the rest of the boxes and things around here look. It's just like it's been... Yeah, you can see around the darkening on it. That's kind of where dirty fingers would leave marks over time. So he has been reading it a lot. That's quite obvious, and not being able to take care of the book properly. What can I say? I'm a reader. Nope, nothing new there. It's just still marks for me to look at. Right. Okay, let's go back and let's switch to the thermic charger to see what this is like. I'm sure those eggs have nothing to do with it. Thermic chargers use to set scorpions' cocoons on fire before they hatch. Oh, it's a charge and release. Didn't need to do that. Do those guys just not drop anything? I'm suspecting they just don't drop anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and do some harvesting, as I said. Say no to a bit more fibre, though. Don't know exactly what I used fibre for yet, so I still don't know. But I'd be using the right one, wouldn't it? Okay. Unfortunately, we've actually just hit like a bit over an hour. So, I'm going to have to end this episode here. This is Scars Above. I'm just inviting you guys along as I explore this game and see what it's like. Honestly, it's not too bad so far. It's got decent movement. Do have to be a bit more careful with the combat though. And yeah, I can see why some reviews said it's like the story is a bit predictable or common, but sci-fi tropes tend to get reused a fair bit. The depths of the human imagination are such that it depends on what kind of audience you're trying to cater to. how far you can go with certain aspects, but we've already got bio horror going on in some form here, I think. Or at the very least, organic runaway infection that this was used in sort of deliberate or accidental way to destroy a very powerful older species. And now we're here with the remnants, and of course they can broadcast thoughts into our heads, and they can do manifestation and, you know, a bunch of different things, all very wonderful. All very high-tech and science fiction-y and all that stuff. Honestly, I am kind of having fun playing though, and that is the main thing. So this has been Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps me, helps the channel, give me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. And yes, we'll continue to follow in our good captain's wake next time for this series, and we'll see where this goes. Though the fact that that barrier had formed and I had to burn my way through, that implies that he was... well, he was off the Hermes for quite a while already, and they got infected. But then he's left this camp behind and moved on. Already sometime in the past, before I got here. Also, there was nothing around the camp indicating that he'd met up with any of the other crew. So remember, we're still missing 2 crew members. And we're only on the trail of one of them. But yeah, we'll find out later. Also, there's still that emergency signal I need to find as well.